So it's Harry Potter week here on InterLaced, and as any of my friends will tell you, I am a massive Harry Potter geek. To the point where it's a little bit ridiculous. I wanted to give you some background information on some of the stuff that's used in Harry Potter, like the spells and character names, and how J.K. Rowling got them, so here we go! Accio. Accio is the summoning charm. It's actually Latin for I summon. Avada Kedavra. That's the Aramaic form of abracadabra. It used to mean let the illness be destroyed. It was a healing charm in medieval times. Crucio. It's the torture curse, and it's actually Latin for I torture. Obviously there's resemblance to crucifixion. Crucifixion, as I'm sure you know from the Bible, was an ancient Roman term for execution or severe torture. Diffindo is used by Harry to split Cedric's bag open in the 4th book, and it's actually Latin for I split. Expelliarmus is actually two different Latin words combined. Expello, which means I drive away, and armo, which means weapons, so put them together, Expelliarmus, I drive away weapons. Fidelius means faithful, hence like if someone's got bad fidelity, they're not very faithful to their partner. The Fidelius charm is obviously keeping something secret, hence the Potter's house goes on at the Fidelius charm to keep Harry hidden from Lord Voldemort. Fidelius charm has to have a secret keeper, which is Peter Pettigrew, and that someone has to be faithful in order for the Fidelius charm to work. Imperio. That's the curse which you can use to control someone else, and Imperio is literally the Latin for I control, or I command. Levicorpus is a spell that first comes into play in, I think, Order of the Phoenix, maybe Half-Blood Prince, and you can basically lift someone up and they dangle by their ankle, which is a pretty damn cool spell. But it comes from the Latin levo, to lift, and corpus, the body. I lift body. Mors Mordre, the spell to cast the Dark Mark, when loosely translated to Latin, means to take a bite out of death. Obliviate is medieval Latin for I forget. Classic Latin is oblivissimini. Petrificus totalis. It causes your entire body to like turn stone, pretty much. It comes from the Greek petros, which means rock or stone. The Latin facio, which means make, do, or cause to happen, and the medieval Latin totalis, which means whole, entire. Ridiculous, the spell used to cast away a boggart, is basically a misspelling of the Latin ridiculous, which is exactly the same as the English word, also from the Latin ridio, which means I laugh at. Albus Dumbledore. Albus is Latin for white, and he has a white beard. Dumbledore is Old English for bumblebee, and that was because J.K. Rowling thought of Albus Dumbledore pacing around his study and humming like a bumblebee would. Minerva is the Latin for Athena, who was a goddess of war and wisdom. Remus Lupin. Remus comes from the tale of Romulus and Remus, the founders of Rome. They were orphaned as kids and brought up by a she-wolf. Remus Lupin's a werewolf. Wolf. Lupin is also Latin, I think, for moon, which is derived from Luna, Lupin, Luna. So yeah, turns into a wolf at the full moon. Remus Lupin. Sirius Black. Sirius is the correct name for the dog star, which is the brightest star in the sky. And obviously when Sirius Black transforms, he transforms into a black dog, Sirius Black. The symbology of numbers shown in Harry Potter is most significant with 3 and 7. The number 3 can be shown with the Golden Trio, Harry, Ron, Hermione, the Deathly Hallows, the Elder Wand, the Cloak of Invisibility, and the Resurrection Stone. It's also the number of times Harry stabs the basilisk with the sword in order for it to die, and the number of times Hagrid knocks on the door in the first book to tell Harry that he is, in fact, a wizard. And then of course there's the number 7. There are 7 years of school in Hogwarts, 7 players on a Quidditch team, 7 Horcruxes, 7 books. Also, it's mentioned that Ginny Weasley is the 7th child, and she's also the first witch for 7 generations in the Weasley family, which shows that she's an incredibly powerful witch, as is shown when she's battling Bellatrix Lestrange. Battle between Bellatrix and Molly represents the battle between the maternal love that Molly has versus the love that Bellatrix Lestrange has for power and her master Voldemort. Although Molly was a housewife with a good heart for most of the books, it shows that she has talents outside of the kitchen. There's also symbology in colours, specifically red versus green, so Gryffindor versus Slytherin, and red is also shown to have good things like the Hogwarts Express, the roof of the Burrow, the red hair of the Weasley family, whereas green represents bad, and it's Harry's first memory, and it's the colour of Avada Kedavra. So that's it from me today. Join us again tomorrow for a new Harry Potter themed video. Until then, stay magical.